Hello my friends and welcome to episode 32 of our Football Manager Let's Play. The last episode we had two huge games. We won both. If you have missed them, go back and check them out before you see the scores on the screen. But since then our form was really good for a little while and then got a bit patchy over a couple of games. Now watching this I was trying to work out why Celtic isn't scoring as many as he was previously, and certainly in the Dundee United game we won 6-0. Goals from Patrick Roberts, Antonio Madden hat-trick, Rob Holding and Casey Palmer highlighted it to me. I was watching Solanke's movement at every single goal and really generally every single highlight and noticed he was being marked by 6 men. Seems very strange that the AI is doing that, but I kind of looked at it and went, do you know what, if he's taking up 6 men, then that is freeing up the wingers of Roberts, Madden, Holding. Holding was a corner, so I don't know that, but and then a midfielder sort of being a bit deeper of Elena and Casey Palmer or Giadis. So it kind of works out. This game was absolutely sensational. Played really well for the full 90, and it was a very rotated side as well, as you can see, just sort of resting players. It was very quick straight after that Celtic game, and obviously the Chelsea game just before that, and then we knew we had Hibs coming up, so I sort of just rotated quite a bit and let it go. We've then played Hibs, we won 4-1. Took us a while to get off the mark, but when we did, we did. Patrick Roberts scoring in the injury time of the first half before Florian Canberra equalised straight into the second half before Katic scored. And then a late run gave Fosu Mensah a goal, his first goal for the club. And Dominic Solanke got a penalty. It was a clear penalty, an off the ball tackle on Antonio Madden. I actually think the pass was for Madden. He slowed his run. It was running through for, I think it was Ben Mackey that was on at the time, or whoever was on the right hand side at the time. It was running forward too, and Madden got taken out, so that kind of worked out well. We then played Zorida, the name that I can't pronounce, and we won 3-0 again. I rotated the side a little bit. I should have rested Tavernier for this game. He was on a booking. Our only other option though was to promote and give Jordan Houston his debut because Paslak isn't registered for the Europa League. So I decided against it, and then Tavernier's got booked, so he misses next game. So we've either got to register Paslak or play Jordan Houston and give him his debut in the first leg of the next round, where we play, and I can't remember who it is that we've drew against. Besiktas. We'll go with that. A team that I'm not going to try and pronounce. Then we played Kilmarnock. We lost 1-0. They scored very early on. Alan Power scoring in the 3rd minute, and then they just shut up shop. Dominic Solanke got frustrated, done a 2-footer challenge, and from that point on it was game over really. We created nothing in this game. I think we had something like 18 shots but only one hit the target, and it's not good enough. We then played Rafe, and again it was a similar story. We scored early, they equalised, then got ahead, and then we had to chase the game. They sat in, eventually we did score, but again, lots of shots, none on target. It wasn't good enough from us. In all honesty, I think Antonio Marion's picked up a big long injury. I think he's out for 2 to 3 months. I'll go and show you that, but it was about this time that he went out, and I think just not having that competition has taken a couple of edges off a couple of players, which is a bit frustrating. And then we played Hamilton. We got back to winning ways. A brace from Manor Solomon and a Borna Barisic goal, giving us a win there, 3-1. And today we take on Celtic in the first game. Then we have a break for the Motherwell game, and then we take on Hearts in the second game of this episode. We're going to get straight into that Celtic game now. So the team that we've gone for today, we've gone with David Raya in goal, Paslak at right back, Holding, Katic and Barisic making off the defence while Ross McCrory takes the holding role. Giadis in for Carlos Elena just as a fitness thing. Palmer, Malcolm, Solomon and Solanke line off our front three. So we're getting straight into this game. We need a win because our form has seen us fall in 7 points behind Celtic. 10 points would be a bit much to recover from. I think I just can't see them dropping 10 points over the rest of the season, in all honesty. Player signing wise, we've sold 2 players already for the January transfer window and made 1 signing. The 1 signing is a striker, a very good striker at that. One that I'm quite excited to bring in. I'm not going to show you him just now. We'll show you him in the next episode. That was made when I initially thought I was selling Katic when we had that big bid for him earlier on in the season. Going to go with a demand more here. And then we had another. Oh, it's away. Transfer request from Hesse and Shinji Kagawa is the other one that we had a transfer request from. I accepted both of those because neither of them really have, set the world on fire, and I kind of felt like we needed to maybe just move them on was the right decision. As Malcolm's in here, oh, it's a good save. He's hit it straight at Livakovic though. Good counter attack. Need to be more clinical from the Barca man there. So I sold both of them. We've got, I think we bought Hesse for 4 million. We've sold him for 8, despite him only playing 2 or 3 games. So that's a good deal. That's a clear free kick from Malcolm's challenge there. And we've got 10 million for Kagawa, who's a free signing, has only played 3 games, did score once, but again, just not convinced by him. So, nice, easy, quick cash and profit. A few others that I want to sell. And on the end of our loans, we've got Paslak as Malcolm scores, Paslak, Casey Palmer and Dominic Solanke's contracts are all up at the end of the season. I would actually quite like to keep Palmer and Solanke as longer term options. Celtic interested in Solanke as well, which is interesting. Paslak I'm not sure about. His form hasn't been great at times. Sometimes he has a great game, other games he has an absolute stinker, and he's had quite a lot of injuries as well, and I'm not sure if he's actually genuinely better than James Tavernier. But he's younger, so if the wages are right, I might take the gamble on him and have him as ours. At worst, we sell him on for a decent profit, is kind of what I'm thinking there. So I'm going to have a think about Paslak. He's playing today because I'm trying to give him that opportunity to, come and prove himself and get the contract. There's quite a lot of interest in him. The same with the other two as well. Palmer is the main key one that I want to keep. Decent effort from Kevin Kramer there. But I think, right now we've got about 60 million in the bank. Once these 2 transfers go through, the striker that's coming in is very, very good and will be world class. The problem is as I say, if he's getting marked by 6 players, it doesn't matter how good you are. Even I think Lionel Messi is the only player that I think would be legitimately any good in those situations. And even then in Football Manager, I don't think he would be, because it registers slightly differently. Decent closing down there from Solanke, but mistake in the end, and Malcolm breaking now for us. Decent ball in, can he find Solanke? He does, but just not quite where we wanted to maybe find him. Conte clears away, Palmer, it's just wide from Casey Palmer. I really, really do want to keep him. I see a very, very good player there. I think I said in the FM group that he's one of the best midfielders you can get on Football Manager this year. I'm going to go if there's room for improvement, and then I have faith. I believe there's a lot more it comes to take from you. It's kind of the faith response. John Suter on the ball for Celtic from this kick-off though. McCrory on a yellow in the holding role I'm not really keen on just now. Very likely to bring him off for Fellaini. In fact, I'm going to do that right now. Fellaini for McCrory. Just protect from that red card. He's had a couple of red cards this season. One for 2 yellows and that straight red against Aberdeen. The other one was for 2 yellows against Celtic in the cup final that we won, of course. The other subs that we have option-wise, I think we'll bring on Jadis. Not Jadis, he's already on the pitch, but... that's somehow not in the back of the net. Carlos Elena soon. Barisic. That's a very poor cross given his quality. So bring on Carlos Elena for Casey Palmer, and I'm going to swap Jadis and Elena around, because I really like Elena on this right-hand side. Give some fresh legs in the midfield again. And do we bring Patrick Roberts on against his former club? Yes, we are going to bring Patrick Roberts on for Malcolm, just because again he's on that yellow. He's had a good game for once today, obviously getting that goal. That's put us 1-0 up as they've made a sub themselves. It's cleared away and it's in the back of the net. Reyes came, he's not collected. It's not quite ideal, and then the lad's virtually got an open goal here. As you see, he came out, and I think Denzel actually gets above him to win it. It's not good enough there from David Raya when you come out. I mean, he's got a 7.1, so you'd expect he's had quite a good game, but I don't remember him really having a whole lot to do. 4 minutes of added time, and we're not a late winner unless it's for us, of course. Carlos Elena brings it out, finds Solanke. Oh, it's a poor ball to Patrick Roberts, but he does get there. His ball's poor though, and Olivier can bring it out for Celtic. Mahe, the goal scorer, is going to find Conte. Cleared away. Mahe again. Oh my dear God. You've got to be clearing that better. You have to clear that better. I think it's Rob Holding. He's literally headed it off his own teammate, Rob Holding there. And that's why it's fallen to Mahe. And they've made a sub and it's gave him 2 goals. Paslak with the free kick. Can we get a goal to equalise in the last minute? No, we can't. Full time goes. Their sub has worked for them. Really frustrating that. When did he come on? Subbed on in the 4th minute, so it wasn't even like it was a late sub either. It was a forced early sub. Another defeat to Celtic though. We're going to jump straight into the Hearts game now. I'll catch you there in just a second, guys. And fast forward, we now are at game 2 for today. We've gone with a fairly similar team to the team that just lost to Celtic. We've got Ray in goal, Paslak, McCrory, Bushiri, Barisic in defence, Fellaini in the holding role with Elena and Jad in front, Malcolm, Solomon and Solanke lead off the front 3. Rotate some players for the Motherwell game, which we won 3-0. Goals from Malcolm on a free kick, Katic and Casey Palmer. Getting us a nice 3-1 victory there. It ended up 10 versus 9 at the end of the game. They had 2 players sent off in the last 20 minutes or so, and we had a player taken off through injury. It was Patrick Roberts, who is on the bench for today's game. It was fine, just a tight hamstring. It wasn't anything major. Injury-wise, still frustrating to see. The other thing that I'm keeping an eye on right now is Brendan Rodgers. He's obviously still the Celtic manager in this save, and he's done a very, very good job. And to be honest, I just want him to move on. But he's finally got an offer from abroad. Spurs are wanting him, and that's offside, so that's fine. Borussia Mönchengladbach in Germany have made an offer for him. Yeah, he's right in front of the keeper there. I mean, I don't think it changes anything there. I don't think the keeper, if he'd even seen it, would have got there, but that was right in front of him. So, clear offside for me. Paslak throws it in. But it would be nice that he goes and, we have a challenge against a different manager, because I think it would be very difficult for them to replace with his manager that is as good as Brendan Rodgers is. That's in for Solanke, and he just needs a goal. Ryan Hardy's interestingly the top goal scorer in the league. I've just given him a new contract, and I will give him a chance probably next season as well. In terms of the loan players and their contracts coming up that I was talking about in the last game, I have offered a contract to all 3 players. It allowed me to do so as Solanke gets his 11th of the season all in the league, and that puts him level with Ryan Hardy now, pending that Ryan Hardy hasn't scored. He's the league's top goal scorer. Should have scored with his first, does score with the second, so that is good enough for me. And decent ball here from Solomon. It's actually in a channel, and Solanke runs into it between the 2 defenders, takes a strike first time, goal. 1-0 to us. We've not had a great half here. So I've offered a contract to Solanke, Palmer, and as Bushiri scores for us, get in 2-0. We've come alive a bit now. I've offered a contract to Solanke, Palmer, and Paslak. Deciding to take the gamble on Paslak, whether Solanke, I think, even if he's only a number 2 striker, it's a very, very good number 2 striker. Because the other lad that we're bringing in is extremely good. So I'll have a headache, but that's a headache I like to have. And again, it's another big name player that even if it goes wrong, we're going to be able to sell on for a decent amount of profit. I think both Palmer and Solanke demanded having a sell-on clause in their contract. When I say a sell-on clause, just a percentage of the fee. I negotiated that down to 10% and managed to get it locked that low. So for every 10 million, they get 1 million of it, but that's fine. And we can obviously negotiate that out when we get a new contract on them, as Solomon has a decent effort there as well. Hearts looking very, very open at the back. But this is good for us. We need this sort of just a big win and a bit of confidence. We do have a tour of Spain coming up during the winter break, playing some of the lower league sides in Spain. I thought, do you know what? I wanted a warm weather camp, but I don't know how to ask for that, so, or at least I can't remember how to ask for it. So I thought, do you know what's the next best option is sending the lads away on a tour around some warm country, and that's what we've done. So we've gone to Spain, and we'll get some football there. I'm also going to be looking at signing some Scottish talent for next season, because as I said, I want to go a bit more homegrown, get a bit more Scottish players in. Still making moves on McKenna, still getting declined, despite obviously offering the asking price. McKenna is kicking off still. A lot of his teammates are kicking off. Aberdeen fighting through it and doing okay, but I'm kind of hoping that the kickoffs eventually turn out to be enough that Derek McInnes is forced to accept. Excuse me, and thankfully a lot of the players that we are trying to, or a lot of the teams that we're competing with to get him are starting to pull out their interest, because all his interest is coming here. So hopefully that works in our favour as well. Obviously the rivalry is what's causing the issue, because Aberdeen don't want to sell to us on what they would see as the cheap. While I don't think 10 million is that cheap for a player from Aberdeen. You know, it's smashed their transfer record as far as I'm aware. As Dominic Solanke gets his second of the game, when he gets his space and he's not getting marked by 6 men, he is brilliant. And he needs a goal, and he needs to have a performance and a couple of goals, because he'll know that this is the last game where he is guaranteed to be first choice striker. As I said, the lad that I've got coming in that you're going to see in the next episode is really, really good. And I think he's younger than Solanke as well. Plus, we've obviously got Mabude, Hardy, all of them to come back at the end of the season. We're going to make another sub soon. I'm not really sure what that's going to be, but I know that we're going to make it soon, because fitness will be starting to get an issue. Jadis gets a decent amount on that, and Bashiri launches clear. No blue shirts in the area though, so Pittman will come and pick this up, but he's taking his time a little bit, and that's allowed us to get forward and get some numbers pressing. Solanke against 3 of them, but couldn't quite get enough pressure on to prevent the clearance. It's a poor ball pass though, straight to Dominic Solanke. Jadis launches forward, he's into Patrick Roberts' path. Patrick Roberts whips across to Solomon. 4-0. Hart started this game so well, and I guarantee you if that goal had stood, we would not have scored in this game. But we've had that bit of luck. It was offside. It was a correct decision. And since we scored, we've just went from strength to strength. Manor Solomon getting his 8th for the season now as well. We are going to make that second sub now. I think we are going to bring on Casey Palmer, who coming in this game as our joint top goal scorer with Solanke. But I felt he needed the rest, and we're bringing him on for Jadis, who probably was one of the 2 midfielders that didn't need the rest as much, but I kind of like to have Elena and Palmer together. As Palmer, Bushiri, his second of the game and his second of the season, as he hits the post with his, was it him or Palmer that won the header initially? I'm not sure. It's Casey Palmer that's won the header. Bushiri follows in like a striker and tucks home in for arrested Nicolo Katic today. And I'm kind of just not sure what to do now. I'm not sure if I want to make another sub or not. My brain says bring on John Hughes or get Ross McCrory off for Rob Holding to just protect that yellow card. In fact, that's actually probably quite a good idea. Paslak and Bushiri we could live with. I mean, even Ross McCrory suspended we've proven we can live with in the past. But I'd rather not if we can possibly avoid it. So we've got all 3 subs made now. A 5-0 win here by the looks of it. Unless we get another late goal involving either side here. As Palmer brings it forward. And very tame effort from Casey Palmer there. But another highlight straight off the bat. Palmer to Barisic. Back to Palmer. He's got Elena in space, but he picks Solomon instead. Elena not in quite as much space anymore, and that's a crunching challenge by Sean Clare, but Patrick Roberts picks up. Palmer out to Borna Barisic. If you can get a ball in here, actually, that would be ideal, because there's players running in. I'm not quite sure this is a highlight. I've got this feeling this is going to be a long end of game highlight. Also, apologies if my commentary's not been as good as normal today. Really not feeling 100%. Solomon to Elena. Palmer picks up when it really should have been for Barisic, but that's a teasing ball in. Nobody attacking it though. All it needed was a touch. And it would have been 6, but it's just been a long end of game highlight, I think. As Doyle launches this one forward, and full time it is. Yeah, it's a pretty convincing win in the end for us. Good win, and hopefully, fingers crossed for a Celtic slip up here. They have indeed slipped up, which puts us back within 8 points of them, 6 clear of Aberdeen. Of course, they've got that game in hand to Aberdeen. No goals for Ryan Hardy, as I can see. Although it looks like Kilmarnock haven't played yet, so that would explain that. Has Brendan Rodgers moved on? Because that's a very surprising result. Nope, he's not. Still just a bed. Actually, just having a look, there's quite a lot of interest in some of their players here. You know, wanted for Livakovic, he'll go if Arsenal make that bed. A lot of interest in Svensson, although it looks like he's pretty much out. Myling, wanted by 11 clubs. What 11 clubs want him? He'll probably stay. Mikey Johnson requested. Ooh, kind of wish it was easy enough to get players from your rivals, because I would take him. And Rogic wanted as well. So some interesting things there going on with Celtic. As you see, it's still scouting McKenna. I mean, as you say there, it said they want 21 million from us. But anyone else will take 11.5 or 11.25, which I'd happily pay. And Solanke on form. You were superb in front of goal. Thank you very much. And next episode, I think we just come back for a transfer window review. And then we come back for Europa League next week. So that'll work out quite nicely, I think. Tune in for that, guys. If you've enjoyed this episode, you know, decent result and a bad result. But if you've enjoyed it anyway, hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll hopefully catch you all next time.